Now we're on. Okay, we got this custom intake manifold all painted up, looking pretty. So now we're gonna go scratch it all up for them.
It's all right.
So we're trying to figure out what sizes to cut this stuff out to, because it's already bigger than our big Venturi. Our big Venturi is an eighth, 1 1/8. So the port's already bigger than that. See, it's 170. The port over here, stock, is 180, 190. Before that opens up, usually we open that up a little bit. So that means we need to be at least 200. This side over here is the same size as the hole over here, but it's not the same size as the hole over here. A little different. So that you gotta get the 3/8, 375. Of course, some genius went and taper cut this for some reason. So these ones aren't taper cut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why do you think off the bat they would make that two dissimilar sizes?
Already you got to cut it all the way out to the darn edge of that taper,
yeah,
to make it the size of the carburetor is. And then they went ahead and went bigger yet. So now you're way out to this big. That's almost 1.5 inches now. So now you really got this big block wall you're hitting here. Pretty nice. If you want to know how bad that is, you look at it from this view. And you can see in there that this hits a big wall up in there.
Yeah.
The light on yet?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it just runs up against the wall.
So we need to get rid of that wall. Plus, the bigger the throw it, it's the same as putting a bigger plenum in your car. It gives you more air-fuel ratio sitting there on demand, but it does hurt velocity at lower RPM. So we don't care about lower RPM. This is a Harley. So we're going to go ahead and open these up a little bit. Now, we can either grind this all out, or we can stick it in the milling machine and bore it out a little bigger. Different ways of doing it. Now, the problem with this is the outside of the manifold kind of dictates how big you can cut. So right now, the manifold is roughly about 1.5 inches on the OD there, about 450 over here. So you usually want to leave a minimum of a 60 thou wall on your cast iron, absolute minimum. So if you figure 90, it's called a higher mouth. So if you take our low number, which is 1,460, and you minus off 0.09 minus 0.09, you come up with 280. So that means if you cut this out to 1,280, you're only going to have 90 thou wall.
Which is still within reason.
That's very thick. So you cut out that much, which is almost all of that taper.
Wow.
The wall thickness over here, in case you want to know, that's 90 right there. See how thick that is? That's pretty thick.
Pretty thick.
Yeah.
But the best thing it's got going for it's a quality piece,
now,
right?
if you knock off, if you take that down to 70 thou wall, that's 20 thou less per side, so you add 40 to this number, 0.04. That was a 1 plus 0.03 now. So now you're up to 320. So you can bore this thing out to 1.320, which is probably close to the outside of this. And that's almost all of that taper will come out. So I think as long as we have just a little bit of that taper left, we're safe when cutting this thing out.
Okay.
And then you come over from the other side, you can open this up to make this more even.
Right.
And that'll make that a little better. So that's stuff you can do. It's called work. So you can do it all by hand, or you can do it in the mill, or however you want to do it. A lot of different ways of doing things. Doing the milling machine takes longer because you actually have to hold it and jig it all up and do all your cutting. But you can do a better job.
Okay.
So we'll probably waste some time doing that.
Okay.
Meantime, let's do other stuff. So let's go play around the milling machine. We're almost set up for it already.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's almost the same angle.
Wow.
Yeah, a little close. Let's get to that angle. So we have to clamp this thing in the mill at that angle like that. And for this side here, we just put in the guys. something like that. If you get a flat, you have to put some parallel or something
Right.
over here to keep it square. So that's usually when we come across some tool bits of some type. Let's see what we got laying down here in the junk pile here. Pull up this old crap down here and get tool bits out. There's a couple tool bits. Look at that.
Instantly flat.
Not quite, 'cause it's uneven. Pull off some shims. We got thin ones and thick ones. I'm thinking thick. Ooh, that really made it bad. Where they're hitting at. It'll be about the same whether I put the shim in there or not. Oh, there's a spot. Okay, there, that made it flat. Okay, now we come in here, just indicate that in, we can bore it. That's a lot quicker than grinding.
Well, when you said, yeah, I was thinking this is the way to do it.
Yeah, well, because you're not doing it, I have to do it.
Well, I know. I'm sorry.
Grinding takes forever, it's slow, dirty, stinky. But you have more room for interpretation of what you want. It's hard to cut profiles in a mill. You can only cut straight holes. That's how you break your indicator, so you can get that. Now you gotta figure out where round's at. Where do you think round's gonna be?
It's a funny cut already on there. That's a good question. I don't. Oh, off the main edge. This edge here.
First thing you do is see how flat it is. So we're about 0 over there. 5 thou up on that side. 0 on that side. We're pretty much 0 there, so we're high on this side. So let's see if we can get this a little closer. Nope. 5, 0. So the problem is this side here is not square. So that means we gotta do some more shimming. There's our lower shim. Did you hear the lower shim drop? Okay. Oh, that went way up. That was a big change. Doesn't seem you want to get better than that. That's 4 on that side. 3 on that side. So theoretically it should take 2 of these. When you put those in there, I didn't like it. Now I gotta hold that shim up to that now. It doesn't like it when I put that other shim in there. I got 5 over there, and we're worse. Yeah, looks better. Okay, so that's within about 1.5 all the way around. That's pretty good. Okay, now we go ahead and change the indicator. I'm going to come off the bore on the outside edge, way out here. That's the only thing that's probably consistently round, I bet. That would be a guess, though. Alright, what do we got? Over 5, a little over 5, a little under 5, a little over 5. 5. There we go. We found the round part. Okay, zero out our indicator up here. So now that's all zero. So now we know we're out for a hole. Now you wonder how close that is to that, and it's not even close. Okay, so now we gotta change out our cutter. We'll be back. What's that for? Figure out how far we're gonna bore it down. We'll start with something deep. That'll be deep enough. Alright. That's a big cut, see? My zero at. Right there. That'll be a cut. Alright, how fast? Not that fast?
Pretty fast.
Slow down. Rip it right out. Don't do any damage if it comes out, will it? Alright. 25 more. Quicker than grinding, isn't it?
I would say.
Do a better job, too. Okay, looks like we're about halfway down the hole there. Yeah, we gotta blend that later, so we don't make it too big down there. So give it another 25 and we'll start moving it up a little bit. Yeah, there's 50, that's close enough. Don't like that speed. Slow it down. Too slow? phone ringing. I couldn't hear that. Okay, I'm gonna bump it up a couple there. Alright, rest brake. Okay, I just got bored out to 1/300. So now that's 1.3. So that leaves us a 80 wall thickness. So I'm going to go ahead and step it. So I'm going to pull the cutter up probably about 3/8 of an inch from where it is right now. And then I'm going to bore another 10 thou. And I'm going to start stepping this up. So I'll go up here, set our depth stop up here. That's a good starting point. Okay, we'll give it our 10 thou extra. And we're going to make a taper shape coming up, and we're going to knock the wall thickness down to about 60 wall. Maybe at the very flange, but it starts sticking up around the flange too, so it'll be close. It's a 10,000 stuff, so not very much. Alright, so that stepped it to there. Make a couple more jumps at this. I think I'll go a little bit more deeper. Okay, get another 10 thousandths more. Gonna move our thing and stop up another little bit up here. You're not showing that.
Sorry.
Move the stop up a little bit. If you look, the camera should look.
You're right. I understand. Okay, so that was another 10. We'll give it another 10. Move it up again over here. Some more. Not quite much difference this time. I'll blend this with the burr to make it a taper. Okay, give it another 10. Now we're getting up over our flange area. Just keep going bigger. I could step these a little bit deeper down, but gotta do this a couple cuts to see where you're at.
10. More. We're taping into where the carb is now. Alright. So this puts us right now at 375, which I think is what the body was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now we're at the same size as the body, the throat, right to here. And so I'll go ahead and blend that, and I'll taper grind this with my burr. But at least now we got most of the material out of it.
Right.
And then we'll blend it into the ports below. You can see how much we cut way down in here. So I'll do a lot of blending down there. Now this body here has a big taper they put into it. So you're still going to have a mismatch. That's going to be a sharp edge because that edge is put in there.
Right.
So to work with this body, you'd have to put a real heavy chamfer here because that air is going to want to come in and catch that sharp edge.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But for a regular body, that's the right size.
Right.
Now.
Gotcha.
Assuming it lines up perfectly, which it never will, but at least that's good enough. And the material thickness is still at least probably 70 at the minimum up here, and wherever that was low, because one way it was low and the other way it was thicker.
Right, right.
So we don't have to worry about the manifold breaking off. Now you can go in here with a big tapered countersink if you wanted to open it up more evenly for like that one that's all screwed up. But I'd rather not do that because this one we might not use that body. Okay, now we're going to get these things flopped around and go get ready to do the other ports. So we'll come back and we'll get that done. Okay. Alright, we got our manifold all squared up here on the table. So we went ahead and squared up this flange here to the being square, flat this way and this way. Then we went ahead and centered off the OD here. And then we got the cutter set right now to where it just hits over here. And it's got a big gap over here. It's way out around. So this is about 1/200 wide on the inside, on the tight area, 190, 180 width to 200 right in that area. They vary obviously, and we get that big chunk there where it's skipped in. Now over here in the port, here's your stock port. We're about 190 or so, 188. So we're right in that 190 area. I'm going to go ahead and open this up to, this you can grind out to about what the taper is max, but usually you can't go quite that far. So if you go like 250, you'll be right here. That's about halfway up that taper, which is very doable. So I'm going to go ahead and open the port up, the manifold up to match halfway up that taper, which would be 250. So we're going to wind up cutting about 25 to 30 thou off each wall, and I'm going to square up the manifold over here. So that's about what we're going to do on this.
Okay.
So I'm going to play with that a little bit. Okay, I got this in low gear. Right now I got it at just hitting, so we can go ahead and give it some cutting. So there's 25. Right there. Alright, let's see what we get. Not much of a cut. 25 more. 40, 50. Okay, I'll try this again. Be a bigger cut now. I'm only cutting from here to here right now. Like this part here. That's not bad, man. It's off. Oh, quarter shift. Okay, so I'm going to give another 25 more. We're at 75. I'm just taking light passes here. We're cutting off to one side, so we don't cut too much at a time. We'll come back later, we get further along.
Yep.
Your fingers over the light. Makes a big difference. Alright, we got this one cut out, so just as this one was cleaning up, right on this edge, that's the diameter we want, so we got nice cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and swap this around. Show you how we set these up real quick. So there's what it looks like. So that was the good before. This is what the after looks like. So I've been in my bit drug coming out. Got a big market put in there. Oh no, that's not that.
That's the step.
That's
yeah.
my steps. Good, because that looks like crap.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna big marks in there.
You're gonna fix that.
See, I forgot. I was so busy working that stupid Viking back. I forgot.
Hope you don't try to load that thing by himself. That's lower than your race bike. Somebody's going to have to do some picking up, or he's going to have a half a block of a ramp.
Yeah, there it goes. Make it work. Alright. You could have a fancy holding fixture for doing this, or just do it this way. Okay, now we got our level. That should be halfway close that way. This way's going to be way off right now because I know it's high. So we're 0.24 off. Oop, too far. Right there. Yep, getting better. Oop, too much the other way now. Yeah. There we go, one close to you. How about 0? Is that close enough for you?
Yes, sir.
You can live with 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
we strive for here at Tatro Machine.
I like that 1 before the 4, but it appears that this angle is slightly different than the other angle. There's 1 to 4. You can't decide what's 1 or 4.
Okay.
We'll call it 2. How's that? You just average
Split the hair.
it. Manufacturing defects. We'll live with it. Okay, so now we got that on there. Let me go ahead and center this up real quick. We're coming off the OD here. Appears that somebody moved it over a little bit. Get close and you come down. You want your indicator to jam in there. That's bottomed out. Damn, somebody already wants me already. Alright, well, you got to work this in a little bit, so we'll play with this a little bit. Yeah, this one's a little bit closer for being round. Amazingly. Alright, there's 25. I don't know if I'm hitting it or not. Find out. Time for some noise. See that heavy cut?
Yeah, pretty light.
We hit 1 curve there. Maybe a couple more.
Somebody got carried away on the other side, so we're going to take it a little conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be conservative, all right. Cut the piss out of this thing. All right, we're gonna make a cut this time now. Where's our number at? 50. Yeah, it'll cut something at least. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. Barely. Alright, well, we're going to make this thing cut something at some point. Don't want to dig it in and break it off in the first shot. Rip it through. It appears to be hitting. Over here, I can't see it. Over here, that means you have to look at it from this side.
Yeah, it's working.
I can see a mark right there. Yep, it's cutting. Massive. Alright, that was good. Here, we get a little bit extra. You see how much I gave it?
Mm-hmm.
That's half a turn.
Just a twist of the wrist.
50 thou. Do some hogging. Almost clean over here, see? Almost. Alright. Low gear sucks. We're getting there. 2.5 inches. 32. A little ways to go. Alright, where's my number? What number are we on? 25. Alright, try that one. That should clean it up, hopefully. Well, the hairs are on. Be looking out for the see. Make sure it cleans right over this area. Just barely clean. Alright. How close are we now? 56. This one was 67, 68. So about 5 thou more to cut to equalize it. A little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but the manifold's way out of whack, so what do you want? Gotta do what you gotta do to make it clean. Alright, I'm gonna make one more final pass and we'll come back and do some porting. So, you'll see.